young, my father told me not to walk barefoot in the clover. I'd get stung by a bee. Thing is, I'd done it lots of times, never got stung. So I didn't believe him. He said, people believe what they choose to, but you need to believe the truth. What you believe determines what you will do. I was 19 before I understood that.
What did you think?
Well, for a biology textbook, it was pretty good. Come on, Dad, you know me. I'm going to skip some of the scientific chapters. But hey, I can't wait till it comes out in hardback.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer publishing that.
Doesn't fit the liberal university template.
Right. It'll sell like crazy. You'll find a publisher.
See, that's what worries me. I publish that. I probably won't make tenure.
Nah. Hey, come on, I want to show you something. Kind of nice, huh?
Yeah? It's awfully small.
Well, I don't care how big it is, just how good it is.
You really want to transfer?
It's got the best moot court team in the country.
It's good training.
Oh, it's the best training. It's almost like debating in the Supreme Court.
Well, it's fine with me.
What about Mom?
Yep.
Judith, nice job in those arguments today.
Thanks. We'll see how it goes.
You know, this will go to the Supreme Court.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
And you wouldn't?
See you later, Mitch.
Malum prohibited means wrong just because we say it is.
It's not inherently or morally wrong, like stealing, which would be malum in se.
Good. Give me an example.
A speed limit, driving faster than 40, is only wrong because we say it is. It's not morally wrong to drive 50, it's just a rule.
What about 100? If you drive through a residential neighborhood at 100, is that morally wrong?
Yeah, you bet.
What about 54? Is that morally wrong?
No, I guess not.
How about 78? See, Caleb, when somebody tells you that something is morally wrong, watch out. There's always a sliding scale. Even stealing. Well, what if you're starving? Some people are so sure that everything's black and white. But there's always a gray area, Caleb. They just won't admit it. I thought biologists only knew enough Latin to name body parts. Dawn?
You want to start this again?
Just admit, not everything is absolute.
I never said everything is absolute. You're the one who said nothing is.
Why are we still fighting about this after all these years?
I know you're worried Caleb might get the wrong set of values. So am I.
So what do we do now?
Get rid of that blackboard.
I'm serious.
Well, what about our Friday night dates? I suppose we could start those again.
Okay. Who's gonna cook?
I would, but I have a lot of cases right now. I'm very busy, Don.
Never mind. I'll do it.
Examined the evidence and granted the defendant's motion for summary judgment under Rule 56 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure.
Counsel, we know the facts. Here's the problem with your case. The rule is we must consider the evidence in the light most favorable to Mr. Smith.
Your Honor,
He says he was driving safely. By the rules, don't we have to assume that is true?
No, Your Honor. Under Anderson v. Liberty Lobby, you only assume it's true if there is a genuine dispute about the facts.
There's a dispute about the facts. Mr. Smith says he was driving safely. The police say he was endangering the public.
It's not a genuine dispute, Your Honor. In this case, there was a video taken from the police car's dash camera. It contradicts Mr. Smith in every respect. The pursuit speed exceeded 100 miles per hour in a residential neighborhood. There were children playing on the sidewalk. Here we have opposing parties telling different stories, but Mr. Smith's story is blatantly contradicted by the record.
Go on.
The jury was going to see the video, and once they did, they wouldn't believe Mr. Smith's story. The law doesn't require the trial judge to believe something that no jury would ever believe. There is no genuine dispute about the facts, and this case was correctly dismissed.
All right. Your time's up. Counsel, thank you.
All the participants presented their arguments with skill and conviction, and to our credit to their schools. And with 4 teams placing in the top 6 positions, our repeating national championship team is once again Patrick Henry College.
Are you serious, Caleb? You would actually transfer to Patrick Henry College?
Yeah, you saw how good they are.
For crying out loud, they still teach that God made the world in 6 days, Caleb.
Yeah, but do you care about their philosophy or about their tactics?
Well, philosophy informs tactics.
And so you don't want their philosophy informing or corrupting my tactics.
Bingo.
And I suppose that would explain why they have the best debate team in the country.
Look, he said if they won, he could visit. So we're going.
Here, we have confidence in reason because we have confidence in God. So that, what I say we do here is fearless learning.
My mom doesn't want me coming here.
And our whole goal is to hone the mind to know the facts and to understand the world.
Why do you want to come here?
Worked in my mom's law firm. 5 years till I make partner. I want the best training I can get.
Didn't PHC take first, second, and third place at nationals?
Yes.
2 years in a row?
Yes.
You came here for moot court. That's it?
This school turns out the best debaters.
We don't close off the boundaries of knowledge. And we want to know all the natural facts and all the supernatural facts.
What about you? Why'd you come here?
Just the way things worked out in my life, I believe God wanted me here. Do you know what he wants for you?
Almost soon enough.
How's that?
I really think that your son's going to find something powerful here.
If my mom lets me transfer, it'll be a miracle.
Here's the deal. We'll pay for your first year at Patrick Henry College. This is for next year.
Don't follow this.
Well, you love the debate program at PHC, right? So I'm making you a deal. I'll pay for the following year. If you win the moot court championship. Consider it a challenge from your mom. And your dad. Don't wait for dinner. I'm working late.
So, Dad, what's for dinner?
You know how she feels about that school. It's a miracle I got that much.
You want deep dish pepperoni?
So, got my miracle. You'd think it was a sign from God that things were going according to plan. And they were. His plans. Not mine.
I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out. But I have an idea for that. But
So, what do we got?
it's the parental notification case. Sweet. Yeah. Overturn Roe versus Wade.
Overturn Roe? We can't argue that. You say overturn Roe in America's liberal wasteland and bam, you lose.
We're scored in preparation and presentation. Make your argument well, and you win.
No, you say that at all, and they'll think you're crazy and you lose.
What else is there?
Well, I don't know yet.
Listen, you do what you want, but I'm going for the big one.
Fine, just don't pick me for a partner. What do you think?
It needs to be overturned.
You're not overturning anything. It's not a real case.
It doesn't matter. It's the principle.
What principle? It's moot court. It's not real.
So, team, what do you think? Should we get to work dismantling Roe versus Wade?
Sir, overturn Roe in these circumstances, I just don't think it's a winner right there.
Well, what do the rest of you think?
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Sure.
why not? I'm all for taking that risk.
It is a risk, but it's one I would encourage you to take.
Dr. Ferris, are you forbidding me from making a different argument?
Not necessarily. It's not something I would do, but that's something you're going to have to decide, along with your partner.
Hey, cheer up.
Yeah?
You're not giving up, are you?
I'm no quitter, but I just hate it when I'm hamstrung right off the bat. I have to win this thing, and I cannot...
You can't what?
I can't stand to lose.
Well, now that's what I like to hear. That's why I picked you.
You picked me. I thought Dr. Ferris chose teams.
Well, I had a little input. My partner from last year graduated, and you transferred just to compete in moot court. So, I figured you'd work hard.
Oh, well, yeah, I did come here to win.
Well, then keep your eyes on the ball and your head in the game.
What is this?
I'm kicking this up from downstairs.
Mitch, you know I don't have time.
They have stalled it for 2 years and it needs some attention.
Well, fine, give it to Beecham.
Your attention.
I thought you'd never get here.
I'm almost 10 minutes early.
I need those Roush Diesel interrogatories.
I mailed those like an hour ago.
Oh, I got them. Here, take a look at this. I know it's a civil rights case. Some farmer suing the county for false arrest.
Oh, no, Mom, not another fish file.
Built character, son.
We've had this thing for 2 years now. It stinks. What's wrong with this case?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it.
Oh, fine. I'll take it downstairs and put it in my big, smelly stack of toxic fish files and get to it later.
That's fine. I need that file 702 analysis first anyway.
Okay, I'll be in my dungeon, and I want hazardous duty pay.
What, so you can pay your own tuition next year?
This case is on appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court from the state of Arcadia Supreme Court. State law says if a woman 18 or younger seeks an abortion, the doctor has to tell her parents 3 days before the procedure. Well, 14-year-old Miss Doe went to get an abortion, and Dr. Crabshaw did not notify the parents. They found out and sued Dr. Crabshaw. The judge threw the case out. He said it was so early in the pregnancy, the baby wasn't viable.
And so Miss Doe's constitutional right to have an abortion was absolute. Her parents didn't even have a right to know about it.
But the law said you don't look at viability.
But the judge said you have to, because if the baby isn't viable, he has no rights under the Constitution.
So how do you define viable?
It depends on your technology. If your machines can keep him alive outside the womb, he's viable.
So if the mother goes to Vanderbilt, the baby has rights under the Constitution. If she goes to the Speedy Health Mart, they can kill him?
Pretty much.
Judith.
What is this?
Just a perfect way to start your weekend. Quincy v. Patterson Medical.
We got it?
We got it!
Oh!
Here, let me get it.
Well, this sounds great. What is it?
It's the parental notification appeal from Nebraska. It's kind of like your moot court case, except it's real. And I'm representing Patterson Medical in the U.S. Supreme Court.
Whoa. All right. So, see you at the party tonight?
You really need me?
I do. Caleb, you be there too.
Yeah. Mom, not good.
Caleb, this is between me and your father.
Yeah, and I'm right in the middle of it. For the last couple months now, I've been trying to kill this case in moot court, and now that you have the real thing, there is no way Dad is going to like it.
Well, that's why it needs to come from me. If it comes from you, it will be a lot worse.
Just tell Mitch to reassign it. Just do that.
I don't think so. The lawyers for Patterson Medical have asked for me. Caleb, this is my chance at the Supreme Court.
Yeah? Or divorce court.
Ugh.
Judith.
Hey, Mitch.
Caleb, good to see you.
Hey, I do have to leave early.
Oh, everybody, a rising star.
I mean, requiring a doctor to notify, well, that just puts an impermissible burden on the young woman's constitutional rights. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So, oh. Dawn, I I'm so sorry I missed dinner last night. I just was focused on work, and then Mitch reminded me about his party.
Okay. How about tonight?
Well, I'm going to be working on a case.
It's pretty much what I figured.
In fact, for the next several weeks, I'm going to be very busy.
Oh, so you're canceling all our dates?
No, of course not. I didn't say that.
Well, it sounds like you are.
I'll just get some help. Caleb?
Oh, I'd love to, but I've got things like work to do and classes, moot court.
How's that going?
Oh, moot court? It's going really well. I have a very good partner.
What's his name?
Rachel.
Aha! And you like her?
Yeah.
Invite her over for dinner.
Maybe I will.
How about tonight? I'm available.
Is this Rachel who won nationals, Rachel?
Yeah.
Well, I think I can be here after all.
Oh, you can after all. Let me guess, you want me to cook?
That would be very kind of you. I'll be home by 6.
Must be an important case.
Yeah. Yeah, like many people, I consider stealing morally wrong.
I saw that.
Wow, something smells good. What's that?
Apple pie.
How nice. You made that from scratch?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Mom, this is Rachel. Rachel, Mom.
Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Thank you. Oh my, this is very good.
Thank you, ma'am. I'd be glad to make you some more.
I'm sure this will be plenty.
Well, I mean, not now, but some other time.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So, do you bake often?
It's kind of a hobby. My mother used to bake for us, but when she died, I took over.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. My dad loved her cooking, and now he says it really brings back the memories.
Well, what time do you get out of class on Monday?
Beg your pardon, ma'am?
You can call me Judith.
I'm sorry. Is Mrs. Hogan okay?
Well, I like sir. You can call me sir.
Yes, sir.
Do they allow sophomores in the internship program at Patrick Henry?
Sometimes. I'm still interviewing for a couple.
Oh, great. I would like to invite you to work in my law firm. It pays well, and it would be great experience.
Yes, I'm honored.
Oh, well, that's good, because I could use the help. I'm very busy lately.
Speaking of work, what exactly have you been working on? Because you...
Honey, enough about work. Would you like some more coffee?
No, thanks.
Okay, I'll get it for you. Rachel, more pie for Dawn, please?
She probably needs some help. You haven't told him yet.
I will when the time is right.
Mom, why are you hiring her?
Did she not win nationals? You know her, and I need the help, so. Do you vouch for her?
Yeah.
Then that's good enough for me.
She'll work you to death, you know that?
I didn't come here to avoid work.
It's not a nice place to work. Look what's done to my mother.
I like your mom, and she's a good lawyer.
There's no way you're gonna have enough time.
If I can't do work and moot court,
And classes, and studying, baking.
if I don't have time, I'll quit work.
There's no way you're gonna get enough rest.
I'll get just as much as you do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Hey, you need anything?
Window. I hate this place.
I love this place.
Well, I hope it lasts.
Hey, what's this?
This is Fellendorf, Madison County, some sort of false arrest case thing.
You want me to organize it for you?
Actually, yes, that would be great.
All right. And we do need to work on our moot court case.
Okay, I've got 2 hours and I'll finish that up. After that, then we can do it.
Okay.
Man, there's so much to read and there's not enough time.
It's not just about knowing how to argue. It's about knowing what you have to read and what you don't.
Triage.
Exactly. You have to know the difference between what's urgent and what's critical. Look, I can help you. What?
You want to go out?
A date?
Yeah. Hey, nothing serious, just, a little date.
No. See, that's the thing.
Sorry.
I'm not going on a date with anyone unless it is serious. Look, I know it might sound weird, but I'm not into just dating. I'm trying not to think anything romantic about anyone unless I have a commitment.
Yeah, well, I think this sounds like romance. We're talking about popcorn, a movie, food. And, they're not the same thing, really.
To me, it is.
Look, I think you're great, and you're beautiful, and you're really smart. I mean, you look awesome in purple.
Hey, look, I'm flattered. I really am. But I'm not going on a date with anyone unless I have a commitment. Because the man I give my heart to is the man I marry.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Yeah.
Just imagine how precious that'll be when I give my heart to a man for the first and only time.
Okay. I will.
You'll what?
I'll go imagine it for a while. Oh, hey, do you need a ride home?
I drove.
Yeah, but it's kind of late. I don't want you to be too sleepy driving back or anything.
I don't want to leave my car here.
I'll take you back.
I'd like to. I really would, but my dad said I can't ride alone with you in the car.
Then follow me.
That'll work. You get that one, don't forget.
Yeah, sure. So, when did you ask your dad whether or not you could ride in the car with me?
Pitch to Billy Bryant is just inside. Boy, it looked like Stan Brown was trying to frame that thing for home plate umpire Larry Randall. He wasn't having any.
A woman to continue or to end a pregnancy against her will is the central question in this case. Since this court's decision in Roe v. Wade, a generation of Americans...
All right, we really got to win this, so we just need to focus on the winning argument.
And what do you think that is? Oh, leave Roe and just make one tiny little exception.
Yeah, you bet. You tell him to overturn Roe v. Wade and we're sure to lose.
No, I think it's the other way around. Overturn Roe and you really won. If you win your argument, what good is it? Roe is still in place. Even if you win, you lose.
There's more to this than just the case.
Yeah, I know.
You don't understand.
Sure I do.
There's people involved, their futures, everything.
What are you talking about? You said it's not even real.
Where's your laptop?
I use it for research. When I write my argument, I use a legal pad.
It is the 21st century,
Oh, is it? Well, there's more to this than technology.
Walk in honesty. Walk in the light. Make sure you're confessing your sins. And if we take James 5 seriously, I would go a little further. make sure that at least somebody knows about
Take a look at this.
I would encourage you not
What is this?
everybody.
It's the outline to my argument.
This isn't what we talked about.
Well, it certainly is what I talked about.
What, make that dinky exception to Roe v. Wade?
It is the only argument that can win this tournament.
It's not an argument. It's a pathetic little cop-out.
Shh.
So how do we structure an argument to overturn Roe versus Wade?
Well, you could hit them on the science. I mean, you present all the evidence to prove that life begins at conception.
I don't think that'll work. The courts will say there's no consensus, and they'll just go with the evidence they like.
Well, maybe, but what if you didn't have to prove he was alive?
But that's the point, that he's alive.
I agree, but they were talking about it scientifically. What if you didn't have to prove it from that perspective?
How do we convince the court that he was alive without proving it, sir?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Think about it for a while. Caleb?
I have an idea about an argument that actually wouldn't require overturning Roe.
Okay.
The Supreme Court has already said that parental rights are a fundamental right under the Constitution. So it's important for the state to protect those rights. If a daughter goes and gets an abortion, then her parents should know about it. So all we're asking here is for the court to make a small adjustment to Roe.
But that leaves Roe in place, doesn't it?
Well, yes, exactly. Just a small adjustment, and it's not that much, right? I think they'd go for that. What?
Caleb, your argument leaves Roe versus Wade in place.
Well, fix it later. Add an exception some other time.
I would encourage you to go for the jugular. Listen, humor me for now. Instead of trying to avoid the fight, go out and fight. Find a way to win it. Don't tell yourself it's too hard. It's just a problem. Solve it.
Rachel, hey, I've been looking for you.
Here I am.
Well, I would like to see you, please. Okay?
Judith,
Yes.
have you tried these?
No, they look fattening.
They are.
Come on, take a bite.
Okay. Arch.
Good, aren't they?
Wow. Yes, they're good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You ready? Mm-hmm. Come on. Well, you know that I'm working on Quincy v. Patterson Medical.
The abortion case.
Yes. And with a high-profile case like that, Rachel, you could really make a name for yourself. Would you like to do that?
No, thanks. I prefer to work on other kinds of cases.
Well, you wouldn't have to argue the abortion side. You could just help me understand your side.
I'd rather not.
I see. Well, I can respect that decision. That's why I'm pro-choice. My position doesn't impose on you. In fact, you can actually choose either way you want. However, your position does deny me a choice and does impose on my freedoms. Isn't that right?
Sorry. I'm just wondering if it's worthwhile to discuss this. I mean that very respectfully. You see, I'm afraid my answer will not persuade you, that it'll just make you mad.
Try me.
The baby in the womb is an innocent, living creature of God, and I don't like it when people tear him up into little tiny pieces and throw him in the garbage. You shouldn't have that choice.
This is about a girl not having to tell her parents. It has nothing to do with killing babies.
You're wrong. The baby died.
Well, not every girl wants to abort her baby. How do you know her parents won't make her kill him?
Ladies, want to remind you about the party at my house tonight? Hello?
Mitch, I'm so busy with Patterson Medical.
I need you there at 8 o'clock sharp. Rachel, can you join us?
Sorry, Mr. Grivis, but I can't.
Oh.
If there are other cases I can help you with, I would like the experience.
did have quite an interesting conversation with Rachel today.
Oh, really?
Yes, she seems to be very bold.
Oh, there's nothing wrong.
Judith, I need your help. I need you to come talk to the ambassador while I get this lobbyist out of his hair.
You think the Supreme Court will take the appeal on the gun ban case?
Well, I certainly hope so.
Would you argue either side to go there?
This is my philosophy about that. While you and I do have different views and opinions, should that really matter as long as we respect each other?
Is that your phone ringing?
I'm sorry?
Is that your phone ringing?
Oh, I think so. Excuse me. Hello, Don?
Judith.
No, Dad, it's me.
Where are you?
With Mom.
Another work party.
Is she enjoying herself?
Hard to tell.
Why are you at home?
I used to enjoy this scene.
We think differently now, that's all. You there?
Yeah. I'll get Mom home as soon as I can.
Does she have an audience?
More like an entourage.
Sorry, bud. I think you're stuck there a while.
Bye, Dad. The issue is, how do you know when a baby's life begins?
That's not a biology question, you know.
No, actually, I didn't know that.
No, biology has nothing to do with it. In fact, it's so simple, a 10-year-old can understand it. He doesn't know the first thing about biology. Pick a time when you know he's alive. Just pick any time when you know the baby is alive.
The day he's born.
All right. What about the day before that? Is the baby alive the day before that?
Of course.
And how about the day before that?
Sure.
Okay then, there you have it.
What do you mean?
Life doesn't begin incrementally. It's not like the baby was any more alive today than he was the day before. It's radical. It's an event. And it only happens once in a human's existence.
At conception.
No other explanation makes sense. And it's so simple, anyone can understand it.
But why don't they get it?
It's not that people don't get it. They don't want to hear it. It's all in my book.
Wish your class could hear this.
What was that? I can't teach that stuff. In fact, I'm not even sure I should publish it. Probably get fired. But I probably don't have to worry about that. All I keep getting is rejection slips.
Oh, come on, Dad. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at you.
Come on, let's go.
Hey, have you seen Mom?
Yeah, she's busy upstairs.
I'm sorry, Dad.
Hey, we're just going through a spell. Don't worry, I still love her.
You know my moot court partner?
Rachel.
Yeah, wow, she's fantastic. But, she will not go on a date unless we're somehow engaged or something.
Well, don't complain. Can't even get a date with my own wife. Look, she came over here and made us pie. What do you call that?
In our house, that would be a job interview.
Well, okay. Why don't you invite her over again? I want some more of that pie.
Speaking of pie, I've been saving... Whoa, where'd it go?
Your mother ate it.
What? She doesn't even like apple pie.
Yeah, but with the right evidence, she can change her mind.
Yeah, that was my evidence.
Look, say you lend a guy $10,000. What are you going to want from him?
Well, I want him to pay it back.
Would you lend it to him if he wouldn't commit to that? If Rachel gives you her trust, if she puts herself in your hands, she wants a commitment that you're not going to break her heart. You know what? I don't blame her a bit.
What are you doing?
If I ever ask you out again, you'll know it's serious, okay?
Okay.
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 Have you done anything with that Madison County file?
Hey, Mom.
Hey, son, I need you here for that false arrest case.
Why?
Well, they've rescheduled our witness, and he's here now.
Okay, I'll be there as soon as I can. Hey, is Rachel there?
Yes.
Hello?
Hey, our meeting's right now.
Mrs. Hogan? Mrs. Hogan, please, I have to go.
What? No.
Sorry, I can't make it.
Okay, I understand.
All right, bye.
Haven't you read this?
I gave it to Caleb.
I gave it to you.
I don't have time. Where's the rest of this?
It's in Caleb's office.
Well, get it. Mitch, what is going on with this case?
So, Caleb, what's on your mind?
Well, you know, I really like Patrick Henry College.
You're not leaving us, are you?
No. Well, you know, I hope not. You see, in order for me to come back next year, I have to win the moot court championship this year.
I don't understand.
It was hard to convince my mom to let me transfer to Patrick Henry. And they're paying for this year. And they will pay for next year, but only on the condition that I win the moot court championship this year. And so this is more than just an academic exercise for me. And that is really why I am here, to persuade you to let me make the winning argument.
I see what you mean. The deputy's story did change after we'd had this case a while.
I think our young associates have done something I'm not going to like. I think they told him to lie.
Before you give me your argument, Caleb, let me ask you a question. Have you figured out how to reverse Roe versus Wade?
Yes, sir. The baby is a person under the 14th Amendment, and as such, you can't deprive it of life without due process.
Good.
It has an inalienable right to life, granted by the Creator.
Excellent. Straight out of the Declaration of Independence. So, when does the right to life attach?
As soon as there is life.
That's it. Can you...
Oh, yeah. Though, it seems to depend on how you look at it. It's based on our Supreme Court cases, our Constitution, and our history, but it really is a losing argument.
But do you believe this argument?
Well, it's sound, but the judges won't buy it. I'm going to lose.
So, you do what's right. Let them do the wrong thing.
Mrs. Hogan, Deputy Pelham is here.
Well, stall him. I need Caleb. He knows this file.
We need to get started now.
I can't.
I just think I have a better chance at winning if I ask for one small exception instead of asking them to overturn Roe v. Wade.
There's no guarantee you're going to win anyway.
I just don't want to bat one-handed.
Caleb, sit down. Moot court becomes real court before you know it. I'm training you to argue this case in the real Supreme Court. If you were there, would you concede that Roe versus Wade is good law?
No, of course not.
Well, that's exactly what you're doing when you ask the court for a little exception. Winning moot court is great for the moment, but living by Christian principle, living by God's righteousness, Caleb, that'll guide your whole life.
Well, it's only a couple days till the tournament, so I should be going.
Deputy Pelham, this is just practice for a real deposition, okay? Do you know what a deposition is?
The lawyers on the other side ask questions about the case, and I answer under oath.
Good. So you've done this before.
Lots of times.
Hey, Rach, where's the deputy?
In Conference B.
Come on. I want to show you something.
Deputy Pelham, Mr. Fellendorf says you didn't have a warrant on the night you took him into custody.
It's a lie.
The jury is going to sympathize with the old farmer.
If you call him a liar, they'll punish you.
I'm sure it was an unpleasant experience for Mr. Fellendorf, and he just didn't remember everything.
Good, better.
And the warrants on the county records.
I think it's good. He's ready.
Try him.
Deputy Pelham, you say that you received an anonymous phone call relating to you that Mr. Fellendorf had stolen some cattle. Is this true?
Yes.
And when you got this call, you dropped everything that you were doing and got a warrant to search his shed and arrest him.
That's right.
When did you get this anonymous call?
I've already said all this.
We're practicing. Say it again.
June 9th.
June 9th. Here's the Madison County Jail's call log. Show me the date.
Right there, June 9th.
Okay. Here's your booking, showing when he was arrested. Show me the date to that as well. The date?
June 7th.
You arrested him 2 days before you ever heard of him? How can that be?
I told them I couldn't remember if I had a warrant. They gave me the papers I had to use.
Well, these papers came direct from the Sheriff's Department.
Stop. Enough.
You two have been lying for 2 years. Caleb, thank you. Let's get out of here. You two stay right there.
Caleb! What happens now?
Well, the case goes to settlement and those two go to Siberia.
No, I mean with us. Moot court. You did great in there. Stood up for something. Why won't you do that in moot court?
Why didn't you come to the meeting with Dr. Ferris?
I couldn't. I was busy.
You're gonna wind up just like my mom.
Hey, I'm not the one arguing whatever it takes to win.
And I'm not the one standing people up so I can be the law firm's pet slave.
You keep changing the subject.
No, that is the subject.
You can't tell me what to do with my career.
Oh, but you can tell me what to do, moot court. Is that the way it is? Is that what you want? A career at a law firm like this?
Yeah, who wouldn't? What did Ferris say?
Same as always. Do the right thing. Who cares if you lose?
I think we're gonna win.
How?
I keep telling you, your argument doesn't have to be popular. It has to be legally sound. You have to be prepared, and you have to deliver well, and then we win.
You think?
Yes! Caleb, they always choose tough issues like this for the competition. They're expecting us to push the envelope.
I'll think about it.
What are you waiting for?
It's risky.
Yes, take the risk.
I said I'll think about it. Look, if you don't like it, get another partner.
I'd love to, but I can't find one in 4 days.
If I don't win this, I can't come back. It's my mom. She's not gonna pay for next year unless I win.
Make the case to overturn Roe. You can win. And it's your chance to tell thousands of people how. You have to decide, Caleb.
Hey, don't leave like this.
I'll see you this evening. Your dad asked me to bake another apple pie.
You didn't even tell me.
Great timing, huh?
It's perfect. How can you be baking pies right now? I can't even tie my shoes.
What are you so worried about?
Losing? Not winning? I don't know. Going blind. Marry me. Marry me.
Caleb, my whole life, I've been preparing to be a good wife. I want a good husband. Do you know what it takes to make a good marriage? You remember I asked my dad about riding in the car with you? He's always told me that I should keep myself for my husband. I shouldn't even hold hands until I know the man I'm going to marry.
I have never understood why you picked me for a moot court partner.
By my own way of thinking, I wouldn't have. I see now that it was God's doing.
So what now?
Don't compromise. Stand firm, Caleb. Do what's right.
And what is it? Dad, this is fantastic. He finally got a publisher for his book.
Nice.
What's the problem?
Not sure if it's worth it. As soon as this book comes out, I'll probably get fired.
No way.
For sure I won't get tenure.
No way. Of course you'll get tenure. They can't fire you. This is terrific stuff.
I might lose my job.
If you're fired, there's 5 schools within 50 miles of here that would hire you overnight. And they won't fire you anyway. If they even talk about it, you'll go in there and get a raise instead.
How?
With a withering barrage of common sense. That's how. There's no losing this, Dad. Look, this is something they'll never hear in the schools. And this is your chance to tell thousands of people. You dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think you overplayed the perturbed look a little bit, but otherwise it was pretty good.
I thought it was actually really good.
Well, I mean, 7.5, it's up there.
I've been working on that one a long time now.
Well,
yeah, I got it. We're good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We'll do it.
Yay. Go work. You want some of this?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
When you practice your arguments, don't read them. The judges will fall asleep if you read them. In fact, your reason for being in the round is to answer the judges' questions. When they pepper you with questions, look them in the eye, give them a straight answer.
Memorizing that many case citations is a waste of time.
When you give them exactly the right citation without hesitation, you save time. Every second counts. Every pause, every hesitation, your time is ticking away. We need every advantage we can get. So we do need to know those case citations. I know them.
Oh, well, in that case, go ahead.
Bowers v. Hardwick.
478 U.S. 186, 1986.
Wyman v. James.
100 U.S. 309, 1971.
Pierce v. Society of Sisters.
268 U.S. 510, 1925.
Baker v. Carr.
369 U.S. 196, 1962.
369 U.S. 186. That's not good enough. The judge will look at the wrong page and you'll be wasting seconds out of the argument, and every second counts.
I know. Keep going, we'll come back to it.
Griswold v. Connecticut.
Okay, I'm sorry, I actually don't seem to have that one.
Oh, come on! It's the landmark case on the constitutional right of privacy.
Just kidding, 381 U.S. 479, 1965. Can you try that again? Yeah! We're gonna win, aren't we?
Yes. We just have to figure out how.
There is no argument that the 14th Amendment protects life. The whole issue is that baby alive?
Proving it is the problem. The courts are all over the place on this. I can't make any sense of it.
Ferris was right about this. Proving it is not just a problem. It's impossible.
We're gonna have to prove it.
We can't.
Why not?
You can't define life scientifically. It's a moral question. It's philosophy. It's not science.
If the judges are gonna protect the baby, they're gonna have to believe he's alive.
Remember what Ferris said? You said the point is the baby's alive. He said, I agree. But what if you didn't have to prove it? How does a court believe something you don't have to prove? If it's already in the record, right. Somewhere in all those cases is a legal finding that the baby in the womb is alive.
Okay, let's get to it.
Oh no.
What is it?
My hard drive just died. All my notes, every case, my whole argument.
I warned you about technology.
Well, good thing my printer works. I'm gonna need a truckload of labels. Can I have a pencil?
What would you do without me?
Hopefully nothing. Deep dish pepperoni, Mom.
Hey there. Rachel, do you have that book?
Yes, ma'am.
Whoa. Aaron Blair? You know this guy, the retired Supreme Court Justice?
He wrote a concurrence in Roe. Ew.
Thank you, Rachel.
You want some of this?
Parents of a young woman who had an abortion are asking the court to uphold a Nebraska law requiring doctors to notify the parents of minors who seek an abortion. The abortion clinic's attorney is a prominent lawyer in the Washington area. And in an interesting twist, her son is competing in the final rounds of the National Moot Court Championship.
Hey, what are you doing here?
You're working on that abortion case, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
You stop it immediately.
I will not.
I want you off that case. Reassign it.
No. Where are you going?
My brother's house.
Don, please just let me do this one case.
You know how I feel about this.
There is a pregnant girl out there who needs help, and you want to make her tell her parents?
She can't get her teeth pulled without her parents' permission, but she can kill a baby without even telling them? Don't you see what's wrong with that?
Her parents can't force her to rip her teeth out!
That makes no sense at all.
They don't all want to kill their babies.
What? I don't understand. Judith, I don't understand.
I got pregnant. And I told my parents. And they forced me to get an abortion.
You never told me that.
There are girls whose parents have no business giving advice to anybody.
Then teach them to be better parents. But don't protect Patterson Medical so they can keep on killing babies. Why didn't you ever tell me this? We could have been working on this a long time ago. Your parents did the wrong thing when you told them. You're not going to fix that by defending abortion clinics. I gotta go think about this. I'll be back.
So now what am I supposed to do? Just quit?
Yes.
Welcome to the National Moot Court Championship.
You've been presented with compelling evidence showing you that the fetus isn't viable.
This court has affirmed that the Second Amendment grants right of self-defense
Your Honor, the 14th Amendment guarantees life and liberty.
Out of proportion, and it's become a huge political fiasco.
I believe our position is well supported by precedent.
This leads into their application of Wyoming.
The accusation that our arguments have been rooted in religious fundamentalism.
Over 43 million abortions have been performed.
We must weigh the burden placed on the individual with the legitimate interest of the government in mind.
Ensor Hollow College, and Caleb Hogan and Rachel Morton representing Patrick Henry College.
It's all down to this.
Hey, remember, be reasonable. No one is better prepared than we are.
Definitely. Hey, Dad. I feel great about this.
I just found out something very interesting. It seems like one of the judges is a retired Supreme Court justice. He's one of the judges who voted for Roe v. Wade.
Aaron Blair? Oh, man.
Well, would have been nice to have won this one, huh?
Okay, should I use my fallback? You know he won't like to hear me asking him to overturn Roe.
Fiat justitia, et perit mundus. Don't you agree?
What was that?
Do the right thing. Come what may.
Judging today's final round are some of our nation's most distinguished jurists. Justice Grissom, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Texas. Judge Whitney of the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have a retired Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court, Justice Aaron Blair.
It is an opportunity and indeed a privilege to shape the next generation of lawyers, to influence our culture, and to lay the groundwork for a more enlightened and well-ordered society.
Honorable Chief Justice and the Associate Justices of the Supreme Court of the United States. Oyez, oyez, oyez.
May it please the court, my name is Caleb Hogan.
Please the court. I'm Judith Hogan, and I represent the respondent Patterson Medical Services. The state Supreme Court held that the pregnant girl did not have to notify her parents, and rightly so, because this court held in Roe v. Wade that she has a fundamental right which the state cannot burden with such a requirement.
The burden on the pregnant girl is so light, and the parental interest is so compelling. All we're asking the court to do is to simply allow the state to require her to notify her parents.
You're asking us to weigh the young lady's right to an abortion against her parents' right to know about it?
Yeah, well, yeah, in a sense.
You're conceding that Roe v. Wade is good law. The young lady's right to an abortion was absolute because the fetus wasn't viable.
Your Honor, not only was he viable, but he's in fact alive. And you can't just kill a baby.
A senior biologist with 30 years of experience testified that the fetus wasn't viable.
He said nothing about the viability of the fetus in the womb. That is the issue. They tear the baby out of its only means of life support and say, wow, look at that, our machines can't sustain its life. And somehow that proves it's not viable? You know, Your Honor, that their own reasoning assumes that the child is alive in the mother. The very question of viability assumes that he's alive. Now, can we keep him alive?
The fetus is not alive, according to biology and ethics.
The question of when life begins is not a legal question. It's not even a scientific question.
Surely biology can answer that, otherwise what's it good for?
Biology tells us what things do. It doesn't tell us what things are.
A biologist certainly can testify whether the fetus is a human life.
It's not a biological question. He's no more of an expert on the question of when life begins than I am.
Okay, that's the science issue, but what about the legal? Why isn't that a matter for the courts?
Federal judges can never resolve this. All they can do is decide based on their own moral preferences, and that is no legal standard. That's fiat. It's raw power.
It is determined by legal standards that balance the rights of the pregnant girl against the rights of her parents to know if she wants an abortion. That is a legal question.
It avoids the real issue. Is that thing inside the woman's body alive? And if it is, we cannot simply go in there and kill it.
In this case, the state passed a law defining viability and the rights of the parents and the rights of the child seeking an abortion.
So which laws will govern? The ones made by the people or the ones made by the judges?
When the people of a state pass a law by the political process defining life and its value, then judges must interpret that law.
Interpret the law, sure. But replace the people's definition of life with his own, that's quite different. The courts never should have gone this route. And now that they have, they need to recognize it as a terrible mistake.
Overturn Roe v. Wade and just let the states deal with it themselves?
The grounds for overruling Roe v. Wade are found in Roe itself. In the majority opinion, you joined, Your Honor.
Roe quoted extensively from an American Medical Association report. The third reason of the frightful extent of this crime, they're speaking of abortion, counsel, is found in the grave
defects of our laws, both common and statute, as regards the independent and actual existence of the child before birth as a living being.
It's not a baby, Your Honor. It is a fetus.
Look at the date.
Your Honor, I'm not sure how this relates to the scientific proof of the young lady in this case.
That report was issued in 1859.
The 14th Amendment was ratified in 1868. The scientific consensus at that time
was that an unborn child was a person, and killing him was a crime. His protection is already enshrined in the 14th Amendment. If you change that, you need to add another amendment. Judges were never meant to have this kind of policy-making authority.
The federal courts were deliberately insulated from political influence so they wouldn't fear political repercussions. The opposition forgets this.
Respectfully, Your Honor, but it is the courts that have forgotten their function, which is to decide law and not to make policy. And I must say, it is a threat to our democracy, it is a threat to our freedoms, and it is a threat to the stability of our nation when judges make decisions without any fear of the people. The Declaration of Independence, recognized at least 40 times as a legally binding document by this court, tells us that all men are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, and that among these is life.
You did well.
What about you, Mom?
Don't worry. She's mine for life.
That was outstanding. I am so proud of you guys.
So what do you think?
We'll know soon enough.
Not only was he viable, but he's in fact alive. And you can't just kill a baby. He said nothing about the viability of the fetus in the womb. That is the issue. They tear the baby out of its only means of life support and say, wow, look at that. Our machines can't sustain its life. And somehow that proves it's not viable? No, Your Honor, that their own reasoning assumes that the child is alive in the mother.
You were wonderful.
Hello.
Hello, Dawn.
So, how'd it go?
I don't know.
What about Caleb?
He lost.
Dawn, can we have dinner together?
I'd love to. Where?
Home?
Would you like me to cook?
No, that's
It's okay. I'll cook. What would you like?
I don't know. Surprise me.
Okay. You got it. Anything else?
Anyone else gonna be there?
no. Just you and me.
And I think we're good.
I'll see you at home. Please hurry.
Judith! There's a party at my house tonight,
Not this time, Mitch.
but it's for you.
No.
I have guests expecting you.
No.
Later?
No.
You have a ride, don't you?
That'd be you.
Can you get another one? I have a date with your mom. We'll see you.
Okay.
My brother's coming to get me. And Dad wants to meet you.
Hey, that'll work.
Stop it. Wesley!
Rachel! Rachel!
Yeah, come on. Hey, Caleb, this is my brother Wesley.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, Rachel told me everything about you.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I gotta tell you,
Stop it. Go put the bags in the car. You are so busted. You know that?
Yeah, I guess I do.
Are you tired? Do you want Caleb to drive?
yeah, actually, that'd be great. As soon as I get back, I gotta go to work.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
I was just kidding with you, man.
Hey, yeah, I'll get that, actually.
I always do it.
No. Smells awesome.
Are you hungry?
Not really.
I'll go turn it off.
I already did. This is Dawn.
Hi, Don.
Richard, hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Is Rachel there?
Yes?
Good, I'm on my way.
I see. Hold on just a moment.
I've been praying about this.
I understand.
I've made a decision.
Have you told her yet?
You sign here, please, Mr.
No, but I will.
All right.
Call me later?
Yes. Thank you for your call.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow, Dad, this is amazing. Gosh. Your name's awfully small.
Hey.
So is it worth it? You bet. I didn't want to teach at that school anyway. How about you? Was it worth it?
Losing? Not going back to PHC?
Yeah.
It's always worth doing the right thing. Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
It's 3 years tuition. And all you had to do is worry about your studies.
Hello? I'll call you later, okay? I love you. Bye. That was my dad. He said yes.
My father was right. If you don't believe your wife is precious, you won't cherish her. If you don't believe love is best when it's pure and new, you won't wait patiently for it. If you don't believe the baby in the womb is the living handiwork of God, you'll do nothing to protect him. What do you believe?